I almost just recorded that entire episode without my mic on. That would have been unfortunate. But it's on now, and that's the main thing that matters. Okay, I'm gonna not dilly-dally, and I will actually get into it immediately this time. But I did want to show off this one kind of cool feature that I discovered, and I forget if I had this last time, but I want to show it here. Whoop, 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 whoop. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, alright, so here we are. I actually forget where I... Okay, here we are. I see. I think there's a pretty good chance that this time I might just, like, fall to the bottom or something. And I'm not sure how I'd react to that because I'm in a bit of a different state now than I was last time I was recording. A lot has kind of happened since that last time. Cool things have happened, mostly. Cool things. Things that I look and say, yes, I'm glad those things happened. Also some like, I know last time I focused a lot on personal growth. It's been kind of interesting also tracking the how I've been sort of acting, I guess, over this last while because I think, I'm constantly looking at my own behavior and thinking like, do I need to change anything? Is this okay? Should I be concerned? And I don't think I ever act in a way where I'm actively like, ooh, this is bad, I need to change. But sometimes I'm like, I could probably be acting better. And I think in the past, I've been very focused on authenticity. Like, am I acting like my authentic self? And the answer to that is usually, well, sometimes yes, sometimes no, but also like stop trying to worry about that. Just act however you feel like acting, however you think is right. But don't just act like how you feel like acting because sometimes that can harm others. So sort of act act with intelligence. Act so that you are aware of how you're acting and you're aware of how your behavior could potentially impact other people. But also the issue with that is that sometimes you just don't have the energy for that. Like sometimes when you're tired, you can't be cognizant of how anyone could react to your behavior. And that's something I've struggled with a lot because I think I've been kind of out of it a lot recently. I find that whenever I am taking on some project that requires a lot of thinking or whenever I've got a lot going on in my life, I become less present in the moment wherever I am, which very much impacts my behavior. It makes it so that I'm a little less myself, I guess. Well, it's still me, though. It's more just less aware. And so the question is, to what extent should we constantly do we have to be in the moment? Is it okay to be like not fully in the moment sometimes? Is it okay to be in situations where you're not fully aware of how, whoa, that was weird, where you're not fully aware of how your behavior is impacting everyone? Those are the questions that I've kind of struggled with recently. Because I'm glad I had all that growth, I'm glad I gained all that confidence. But in some ways, a lot of that confidence has gone away as I've realized that I can't always act like I acted at that point all the time. I don't always have the energy for that. So then is there a way to build up my own energy so that I can act like that more consistently? Or is it just an unavoidable problem? I don't know. But it's something I've thought about a lot. But anyway, with that musing out of the way, but that's not actually why I made this video, that's just a random thought that I wanted to share. There are really like two major cool things that have happened in my life recently, which have given me a lot to think about. The first of these is that I have started revising my novel. Now, I don't know how many people know this, but I wrote a novel back when I was 12 years old. It was written through a course called the 1-Year Adventure Novel, and as the name would indicate, I spent a whole year writing a 15-chapter adventure novel. For the exact page count and word count, I would need to check again, but it was a decent length novel. And yeah, I spent 1 year writing it and another year editing it. As it turns out, editing takes a lot of time. And I've always had this novel like around, but the issue is that I wrote it 10 years ago, pretty much now. And or around 10 years, I don't know exactly, but anyway, wrote it a while ago, which means the writing style is rather outdated. You can tell that the person who wrote it was young, but also you can kind of tell that he had some talent, like not to look at myself and say like, ooh, man, I'm amazing. You can tell the person who wrote it is like decently experienced at writing. So anyway, oh, that's weird. I just turned off the noise canceling on my headphones, which means everything sounds very different now. I suddenly realize how, like, I have a sudden sense of self-awareness about the volume of my own voice. I don't think I'm talking loudly, but I'm certainly not talking quietly. But anyway, that's fine. Oh, that's weird. I also realize extra better how sort of not amazing the quality of the audio is. You know, most things in life are more disappointing in reality than they are in concept. When you try to cover up reality with filters, well, I don't know what I'm saying there. We have a lot of filters on reality in our life. And sometimes it's nice to strip back those filters and realize what true reality looks like. Okay, I keep on hitting that ledge, but I'm never quite landing there. And I mean, talking about self-awareness, I realize now I've been at this same spot for the last, what would it be now, 10 minutes? 7 minutes. That's kind of crazy. But it's fine. I mean, sometimes we just end up in the same place. Sometimes we don't move. That's fine. And patience is another thing that's been on my mind quite a bit. So, and I'll talk more about the novel a bit later, probably, but the other cool thing that happened is that I landed an internship. And internships are very cool. But it's an interesting moment for me because I have never seen myself as like an office sort of person. Like I'm not someone who I've always sort of seen myself as like special in a sense. For better or for worse, I'm like, oh yeah, other people do this thing, but I'm different. I'm going to do it differently than all of them. And one of the things that I've always thought is, I'm about to check that out. What? Wait. Okay. Interesting. But anyway. Oh man. This is kind of tough. I think I'm having more trouble talking at the same time that I play today than I did last time I recorded. But that's also fine. I mean, you know, am I here to play or am I here to talk? That's the big question. I think the answer is both, so I'm going to try and do both, but if I do better at one than the other, that's fine. So, yeah, so I've always seen myself as kind of different, and one of the things that I've always thought is that I wouldn't really work in a typical job. Like, I'd be the sort of person who'd do something pretty unconventional. So I never really saw myself as working in the sort of stereotypical office job that you see. But this internship is an office job, and although I've not been there for long, I've been there long enough to sort of get that office experience. And it's like, whoa, it's, you know, it's interesting to be experiencing what most people in the world, or at least, no, not most people in the world, just most people in big cities in the West experience as their workplaces. You know, you go in, say hello to your coworkers, sit down, and stay at that same desk for most of the day. It's just interesting. And to be honest, like, I don't hate it. I kind of thought, like, I might because I'm unconventional and all that, but it's not actually that bad. Like, if I ended up becoming an author and I had to sit at a desk all day just like that, I would not hate it. But also, I probably wouldn't want to work here like most of my life. Like, it's great, but I still think that wherever I end up being for the majority of my life probably still won't be this sort of stereotypical experience. But I'm I think it's always cool to experience like different perspectives. And also like if I do end up in an office, that's not the end of the world, like whatever. I don't care that much. But yeah, so it's just been sort of interesting just getting that office experience and also like sort of the whole corporate side of employed positions. That's something I haven't had much experience of in the past. So to go and be part of the true corporate world, that's just an interesting experience as well. Because like most of my friends are not in those sorts of employment positions. A lot of them are in like other things and more of those not so corporate stuff. I don't know, I'm sort of rambling there, but you get what I'm saying. And so I've not really had much exposure to that. So to experience it myself is like, huh, cool. And it's also like cool to finally have like be in like something that's a proper job because I've never had like sort of the job that one would typically associate with a career position. I've not I've yet to been in an employment position that gets close to that. So it's also like I'm now in an environment where this could realistically be the sort of environment that I spend most of my life in, even though I don't want to. This could be where I end up. So in a way, it's almost like a glimpse of like the future, like, ooh, this could be you. So that's interesting. Oh man, I keep on pushing myself away. I know there's a way to get up there and not do that, but I still need to figure out what that is. I think I'm getting closer to getting up there more consistently. Like all of this that I'm doing is getting me closer to figuring out how to do this. But also like, man, why am I not getting much momentum? I don't fully understand that. Oh man, I need to just stop thinking and start just doing. So yeah, I've kind of like, boy, okay. I can feel a little bit of frustration starting to seep in here. I think I'm a little less chill than I was last time. And I mean, that's also like understandable. Like not to excuse being irritable because we should never like excuse ourselves for lack of self-control. Like, I mean, obviously people will have periods where they have less self-control, but that doesn't mean it's okay to lash out at things or and especially other people. Like, even if we, like, there's always some level of self-control that we have over our own behavior, and so we should never excuse bad behavior. Or at least try not to, it's a balance, like excusing versus like understanding that things happen sometimes, and sometimes it's okay to be tired. Like if you're tired, you are tired. But then there are also ways you can get past that. Like if you know you're tired, don't put yourself in situations where that tiredness is going to have a negative impact on other people. And I mean, going back to the whole like, okay. Yeah, we're back. Going back to that whole like, to talk about like confidence and like behavior, that's something I try and keep in mind. Like if I have the self-awareness to recognize that I'm not behaving in a way where if I have the self-awareness to recognize that I might not be able to properly assess how my behavior will affect others, then I should try to and put myself in situations where my behavior is less likely to affect others. Like if I know I haven't eaten all day and I'm tired and I'm hungry and my dog died yesterday, I shouldn't then go and try and give a motivational speech. That is just going to go poorly, and people are going to experience negative consequences as a result of my current circumstances. So, there's a role that discernment plays in, like if you're not helpless, you can do things to mitigate the effects of your own current mental state. But you are also sometimes in unavoidable states where you have to behave in a certain way despite your circumstances. Like this, it was terrible, but on my first day of the interview, or not the interview. See, this is the unfortunate thing that happens when I try and talk and play a game. And that's something I'm trying to be a little more aware of today. Just what I say, because I have to be careful what I say when I'm not paying attention to what I say, obviously. So I'm thinking a little more actively in a self-critical way today. Oh, come on. But what I was saying, yeah, like on my first day of the internship, or I should say the night before the internship, I was so nervous about it that even though I went to bed at an appropriate time to get the amount of sleep I needed, I spent 5 hours just trying to sleep before I actually fell asleep. So I only had like 3 hours worth of sleep by the time I had to leave and go to the internship. So I had to function day one of this internship with basically no sleep. And so I had to be careful about how I acted. Thankfully, day one was mostly just listening to people tell me stuff, because it's all orientation. They want to make sure that you know how to do your job. So, yeah, so thankfully, there were not very major consequences to my lack of energy, but, there might be other situations where there are. And what do you do in situations like that? You can't always just put yourself out of a situation because there are situations you need to be in despite your lack of energy. And, given my perspective, I would say the answer to this is prayer. Like if God puts you in a situation and this is probably where God wants you to be, then pray that God will give you the energy you need to fulfill the role that you need to fulfill in those circumstances. And I did pray for that first day, and I would say, God, He didn't like take away my problems. He didn't like Oh, man. Crikey. God didn't, like, I don't actually know what crikey means. I probably shouldn't say that unless I know. I mean, I don't think it's like the Australian version of some terrible swear, but I don't know for sure, which is kind of a scary thought. And there's the ADHD taking me in different directions. Um, so yeah, just pray. And I wouldn't say for that first day God like answered and took away all of my tiredness, but I think he gave me just enough energy to give a positive impression and not make them think that that I'm like nothing like the person they interviewed. God gave me just about what I needed, not necessarily what I thought I needed, what I wanted, because I wanted to approach with energy and, enthusiasm, like, hey guys, I'm here. This is going to be great. I'm so excited. God didn't give me that sort of energy, but He gave me energy to get through and to listen and to be able to talk to other people, which, that's fine. That's fine. And He gave me more energy on the second day. So that was great. But anyway, so you can't always control things, but if you need to be in a position, I mean, I'd say there's more you can do than pray. You can like drink a Monster or something, have a coffee. You can see if there's a way for someone else to take on the role. I wouldn't say like, ooh, I'm about to give some big speech, but I'm tired, so let's have someone else in the hour that it'll take until the speech starts take my role. Don't do that sort of thing. See if there's someone available who can take your role, and if there's not, if it's too big of a role for someone to just pop in and take over, then pray about it. Do what you can to make sure you have the energy you need and try to fulfill it. And also another great thing, tell people what's going on. Other people can support you. And this applies not just to, whoa, what just happened? That was crazy. Okay, weird things are happening. And whenever you've got problems going on that have the potential to impact other people, it can be a good thing to tell some people about it. But have discernment about that, Don't just be like, ooh, my my dog died in a drive-by shooting. I'm gonna tell everybody about it so that everyone knows, and that way everyone will understand. Like, and I mean, it's kind of obvious, but don't tell everybody everything. I think there was a time in my past where I was like, ooh, someone asked how I'm doing, I'm gonna let them know everything that's going on in my life. I'm gonna let them know that I forgot to put blueberries in my oatmeal this morning, and that's probably made me a little extra tired. Like there's a time when I kind of acted like that. Like honesty's great, but that doesn't mean, I think you get my point. I don't even know who I'm talking to be honest. This is the problem. I've also made zero progress. But that's fine. I mean, again, the point of this game is to just enjoy your experience. It's all about overcoming the obstacles that you have to face, and it's all about getting to the top through hard work, and I'm about to fall. Hard work and diligence and self-awareness. Okay, I'm running out of mouse here. My mouse is getting close to the end of the pad, and there we are. I want to be a little further to the right here. And okay, that wasn't great. Thankfully, we recovered. This bit's the toughest part because that's real slidey. You can see it sliding even now very subtly, but I need to go up. The problem is that, ooh. Okay, that's not very stable, but I can make that more stable. And go up. Okay, we're here. So I think my problem here is that I'm not pushing properly. Okay, there was a good push. Okay. There was a pretty good push there. Okay, now I'm going to be careful here because it would be easy to fall at this point. Okay. Okay, we're across. And I think I got this far last time, didn't I? Or very close? Whoa, okay. Whew, my heart just picked up. Okay, there's the snake. That's the snake. Okay. I did not like that. Let's try and get on this bucket. Let's see how easy it is to get on this bucket. I have this sense of deja vu, like I already tried this and it didn't work very well. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. I have to be careful. I have to wait until the bucket's properly positioned. I shouldn't try to rush it because I'm just going to bump the bucket. Like if I try and go straight up like that. Okay. All right. Okay. That's all right. Things are weird. Okay. Okay. I'm not really... Why am I going to the side every time I push there? Whoa, okay. Interesting. I'm gonna wait for a second here. Alright, so this is definitive progress. I'm pretty sure I did not make it this far last time. So we've accomplished something today, which is great. But you also shouldn't have this expectation that every day you need to accomplish like something amazing, you know? Not every day needs to be some amazing learning experience. Some days can be just days you spend watching YouTube, you know? Today I do not expect to be super productive. Why do I keep on going to the side there? That's so strange to me. Does that happen here? Yeah, what? What is going on there? So strange. Am I doing something with my mouse? Okay, come on. Okay. Maybe it's because I'm like trying to... Ooh, okay. Okay, that wasn't great. Okay, that was a little closer. Because it doesn't need to be a big push. Oh, man, so close. Okay, and there goes the bucket. I'm gonna push up and just try to bop it. It's also, I don't know how the physics work for an object that moves like that. It's strange. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. This is definitive progress. This is progress. And I think I noticed something when I was pushing. I think if I Yeah, okay. All right. This is definitive progress, and I know I've just gotten very far here. I want to stop here because this is pretty crazy. And I know most of this episode's kind of been me rambling. I'm sorry about that. I think I'm a little less focused today than I've been in the past. A little less energetic too, a little less personality, a little less confident, a lot of things. But you know, that's fine. We made progress. I actually really want to keep on playing. I'm going to play a little longer. I'm going to try to get up here. Okay, interesting. If I can get up here, okay, okay. So I think the secret with this one is just smash. Wham, 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 wham. Oh, okay. That's fine. That's fine. Let's get back up. Let's get back up. Let's reset. Whew. Let's go. This is really testing my... Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. Come on, come on. It's actually kind of, you know, like I'm not making much progress, but it's kind of fun. Okay, okay. Interesting, 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 interesting. Okay, you know, I can't not play now. I have to keep on playing. Like, I can't say no now. Okay, interesting, interesting. All right. We are, by the way, if you haven't seen this game played before, we are very close to the end. And whoa, hello. I did that ice section in like one go. I'm actually kind of impressed. Like, if I have not stated it yet, I have not beaten this game before. That was my first time ever getting to that point. And not to toot my own horn, but I got over it almost instantly. So that's how you know that I'm a real one. Okay. We are so close, I can smell it. And the cool thing about this part, okay, don't do that, please. That's a little annoying. Okay. Sorry, I meant to stop recording, but we are so close that I just need to see if I can finish it. I need to see if I can get over it. Because that's what this game is, getting over it. Have I gotten over it? Well, I'm very close. It in general, hard to say. Whatever it is, I don't think I've like fully gotten over it. There's still plenty of things I probably need to get over in my life. But the it that's in front of me here, this I'm like pretty close to getting over. I'm like getting nervous and excited. You can like see how frantic my movements are. I'm not like, I'm not like crazy, my oh my goodness, what is going on here? This is crazy. Okay, I need to refocus just a tad, figure out my method, and execute it. These little stairs are kind of annoying. Okay, also, it's not actually going anywhere. Okay, there we are. We're back up. This is gonna be the final time. Okay, never mind. It's gonna be the second from final time. This will be the final time. Up there, push there, grab. Oh, no. Push. Okay, no. Push, grab, pull. Okay. Okay, interesting. Okay. This is like the part of the game where everyone seems to kind of flash through it in a breeze because it's like the final little obstacle. But then other people try it and they're like less successful. I guess I fall more into that second camp of like, it's going to take me a bit to. Whoa, okay. Now, can I. Okay. This is where it would be very useful to pull myself up. It's also like such a tiny little ledge. It's hard to actually get yourself like secure in there. The good thing is, oh, why did I grab there? What was that? Weird. The good thing is that, and maybe I'll bite these words, but the consequences here aren't like terrible. Like there are much worse consequences in other parts of the game, like that one orange section is actual pain. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's not great. Okay, back up. Reset, get into position, push. Okay. I don't know why that one section of the tower is so grippy. It's like it wants to push you away. Whoa, what on earth? I'm actually, like, I don't have any theories for this, but I'm curious if, like, the hammer somehow gets, like, less accurate the further you get from the beginning, because there's this thing with games where, like, the further you get from the coordinates x, y, z, 0, the origin, the more glitchy things get for a lot of games, and I think it might just be graphical, but I think it applies to other stuff. I'm curious if it at all applies to this game. These tiny little stairs, I don't understand how this can be the toughest obstacle in the game. What? Okay, come on. Just go. Okay, man. the most underappreciated obstacle in all of gaming is right here. Okay, here we are. Okay. I think the hardest part about this section is that you know it's close, like you can see everything is kind of set up in this area to give the impression that you're very close to the end. Oh, come on. What? That little section is like the grippiest thing ever. It's so strange. You know, it's not like other sections where it's just a wall and you'd slide off. That section in particular is like crazy. I think what's happening with my pushes. Okay, no. Okay, hello. Okay. What what is going on? That is, man. Yeah, I'm a little impatient. Whoa. Hello. Wait, what? How do I? Okay, I can go there and I can put myself there. The issue is here is that the higher you get, the higher the stakes get as well. Because one wrong push could send you flying even farther when you're that high. Flying to the bottom of that like ice cliff is a very real possibility, and one that I will not fail to consider. But even worse than that is possible, you know, I could theoretically ride up and hit the snake and go to the very bottom. That wouldn't be fun. But you know, whatever. Also, if you're wondering, I did turn off the commentary. This game normally has some commentary from the creator that kind of accompanies you on your journey. In this case, I decided just to turn it off. If I wasn't playing this as like a recorded thing, I'd probably definitely have it on because I think it's fascinating. But for the purposes of this in particular, I think it's best to keep it off. Okay, don't lose focus. If you're here for a while, that's all right. Now see, here's the awkward thing. Because I'm here, you know, because I'm basically at the end of the game, I can't... Oh my goodness. I can't, like, stop recording because that'll leave me nothing to play next time, so I have to finish now since I'm here. Unless, you know, I somehow make it to the... If I somehow fall off, which I'm not going to say is likely, but is certainly possible, then I'll have more stuff to record. But you know, for now, it's best that I just keep on recording because I'm gonna have very little to record if I want to do this again. Unless I just like finish the game on my own, which I could do. That might be a threat to some people. You know, what's it matter to me? I'm playing the game, I could finish it on my own, I mean. No one is stopping me. Also, I didn't mean for the second half of this entire recording to be me just going full gameplay mode. But you know, it's good. Okay. It's a difficult balance because I need to be not too overzealous with my swings, but I also, there's some level of, what am I doing? There's some level of zealousness that's required, especially to get up to that green section that I was standing on just now. Oh, like you kind of need to pull yourself because you can't really get to that green section consistently if you try and take it slow. You sort of need to give yourself a good push. And even with that section, I just went off of, well, no, actually that's completely different. Okay, come on, come on. Up. What if I just like, no, I'm not going to try and do something fancy. Yeah, see, like, my hammer just cannot go high enough if I try and do it slowly. And I fear I'm gonna make a mistake if I try to do anything other than what I've been doing so far. Because this has worked well enough. Might as well keep on trying. I know what works, so why change it? And that is actually poor advice, you know? Just because you know what works doesn't mean you should avoid trying to change anything. Well, that is a very grippy bit there. Like, that's part of what's making this difficult. Some parts are very grippy, and so you can easily make a mistake, I think. You know, I think that makes it easier to make a mistake rather than harder. Whoa, okay, hello. And I mean, I could make a mistake no matter where I am, because all it takes is one push, which is not something I should say. Okay, okay, okay. Oh no. Space. Wait, we're not going the right way. Where are we going? Okay, there we are. Come, come on. We did it. I beat getting over it with Bennett Foddy. I did it. Is there music that I'm missing? Oh, wait. Okay. I didn't mean to skip through all of that, but okay. Yes, I am definitely not recording. Actually, you know what? Yeah, there you go. Take that. Woohoo. Wow. My completion time was 1 hour and 54 minutes. Wow. Yeah, so that's it. I finished getting over it with Bennett Foddy. I I didn't realize it would be so easy. I thought it would take a little more challenge than that, but that's fine. Yeah, that was really fun. I actually really like this game. I'm probably not going to play it again, but you know, it was cool to experience it, and thank you for being here as I finished the game. Yeah, wow, that's it. All right, I'll probably make more videos at some point in the future. As always, no deadline for when that might happen. There's still a lot more I could talk about, especially with the novel as I'm revising it. But thank you for listening for this episode at least, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.